Good morning from the Norwegian Pearl. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning now. We just got some breakfast. I didn't even realize this, but continental breakfast is free for room service. So Josh ordered some stuff. I heard a knock at the door and was like, what is going on? But we got some fruit, some orange juice, some yogurt, coffee, and Josh is already out lounging out on the balcony drinking his coffee. Good morning. So if you are interested in getting room service on Norwegian, if you get your room service and minibar book, you can see all the selections on the breakfast service card. And this is pretty much how every cruise line does this. They have a little card, you fill it out, select which time you want, and then you hang it on your door by a certain time. And here on Norwegian Pearl, it says by 4 a.m. And there's a ton of time frames you can select. Josh always does the earliest one, which is 6:30 to 7 a.m. And there are actually a ton of options for the continental breakfast. The only stuff that applies a fee are the specialty selections at the bottom, which are the omelets and French toast. Everything else is like fruit, yogurt, cold cereal, baked pastries, and there's a bunch of different types of pastries. Condiments, bunch of different beverages, and juice. And that's all included. So if you don't feel like leaving your room early in the morning, or you like to watch the sunrise like we do, even though we're on the, I guess you would say the west side of the ship, but I forget if it's port or... I was taking a picture in the hallway.
So I think I said yesterday, last night or something, that we were probably going to spend most of the day in the spa. So we're going to go up to deck 12, but we're going to stop at 11 first. Oh, no,
we're not really going to spend a lot, like the whole day. But we're going to spend a
lot of time there.
Substantial amount of time in there.
So Garden Cafe, we were here yesterday. This is like the main kind of buffet, and I actually would tell, I feel like right now this has been the best like buffet on any cruise that I've been on yet.
They've got really good variety.
They do, they have got great variety.
Really
so we're gonna get some food. I'm gonna put the camera down and eat.
This is a pretty good buffet here at Garden Cafe for breakfast. I was pleasantly surprised by all the options they have up there. They had some cinnamon rolls with like nuts and stuff on them. They looked so good. And then they have like literally a whole large section of pastries and cereals, and there's multiple omelet stations, which is really great because then if there's a lot of people in here, then you don't have to wait a long time because there's not just one person doing the omelets. So Josh and I actually both got an omelet. I got ham and cheese, and I think he got a bunch of veggies and stuff in his. But another thing that I have noticed on this cruise compared to our last couple is that the crew members get really excited when they see our cameras and stuff, and they're like always like trying to do something a little extra fancy. So like they were like, oh look, we're gonna pour the hollandaise on the eggs benedict, and Josh just like happened to be standing there, so he recorded all that. But yeah, they're just, the crew members always make it a really good time, and the food has been really good so far on Norwegian.
All right, so we are now heading to the spa, and I'm gonna leave my mask on because we're just gonna go right back inside here in a second. But the spa's on deck 12. We're going to go through these doors over here.
Deck 12 forward.
And it's been such a long time since we've been in a spa. I'm like super excited. Because this is very similar to, what is it called?
The rainforest room on the Disney cruises.
That's right, yeah.
We have not talked about this yet, but we're going into the thermal suite. Right? Thermal suite?
Yeah. So we'll show you more once we get in there. All right, y'all, so this is the thermal spa area. This is the men's side. So they actually separate the saunas between the men and the women's. And they actually have a hot tub over here. Just kind of nice. The steam room. And then they also have a dry one. And then they've got just some relaxation beds in here. Some showers. Another pool with jets in it, which is kind of nice. And then here in a little bit, we'll head on over to the actual main area where Taylor and I will meet up, and they've got some cool stuff over there.
I'll be able to stay in it longer.
Okay. There we go.
Deck 7.
Okay. We just finished up in the spa, and now I thought I could make it.
Sí, ahí está, dice Bliss.
Excuse us?
Huh? Bliss.
I thought I could make it the whole week without having coffee or Starbucks or whatever, because specialty coffees are not included with our drink package. I can't make it. I need to have some Starbucks. So they do have Starbucks on the ship, obviously. So we're going out to the Atrium to get some of that. Now, black coffee is included. Not from Starbucks, but like from everywhere else on the ship. So Josh has no problems at all, but I'm like, you know, a latte flavored kind of coffee person. So I gotta be bougie, I guess.
So we're on our way to Starbucks. And I want to point this out because I've not seen a penny machine on a cruise line yet. I don't even think I've seen one on Disney. And I think that's kind of cool. You can get some special Norwegian style pennies.
So I'm still figuring my way around the ship, but if you ever get lost, you can just look for these little signs and you can pretty much figure out where you're going. You can also look at the deck plans on the Norwegian app on your phone, which is also really nice. So you can kind of figure out where you need to go, where things are at. So we're on deck 7. Deck 7's like pretty much where all the main things are at inside.
All right, so here in the main atrium is where you're gonna.
And you know what's really nice about this Starbucks is I have not seen a line for it yet.
Oh, I don't think anybody wants to pay for coffee.
Well, I do.
All right, so Taylor got her coffee, and we are going to make our way up top. Because even though we were just lounging in the spa, we're going to go up to the pool deck and check out the pool. Probably get a drink. So we've made our way up to the top deck, and this is the most people that we've really seen so far on this cruise is up here on the top deck. It's all adults. Again, we haven't seen really any kids, which has been surprising. But we've got one of the pool bars is open over here to our right, and the one up top.
That's the Sky High bar.
I think the Sky High bar, yeah, it looks like it's open too. Yeah. So I'm gonna get a cocktail because Taylor's got coffee, and yeah. Looks like a pretty nice day just to kick back and relax. Well, we're getting ready to go eat some lunch, and Taylor lost her mask. So what's cool about Norwegian is that they provide, what are these, K95s or something?
Masks.
They're like the special masks.
But they provide masks in the room, so thank goodness they do because mine blew away. I'm sure I forgot to pack more. I'm sure they would be able to provide me one if I still didn't have one, so.
Let's go eat some lunch. So we are at
Oshihans.
So we're at Oshihans, which is a complimentary restaurant here on Norwegian Pearl, which is really nice. And they've got a lot of options to choose from, which I think is really cool. As far as like some of the other cruise lines that we've been on, a lot of times like the complimentary stuff, as far as restaurants go, aren't as diverse, I think, as what like this one is. Not that it's very diverse, but like you have a lot of options to choose from when you come here. It's not just kind of your plain like proteins, you know.
Cheeseburger, hamburger.
Exactly, right? Like there's not just cheeseburger, hamburgers, hot dogs. We've got some different things to choose from, so which is pretty cool. So we are waiting for our food to come out. Because we have the drink package, we can get complimentary drinks. So I just got a Pepsi to drink for today. Taylor got, what'd you get?
Passion fruit lime cooler.
Something else about Oshihans is that it is right off of the Atrium, or the Crystal Atrium. And sometimes what they're doing here is they've got trivia going on. Sorry, I need to eat some food. Which is actually what they're doing right now. They actually have a Cruise Next representative, I believe, down there who's talking about other destinations that Norwegian goes to. So if you're interested, Cruise Next is just like any other thing that they offer on any other cruise line, which is basically just you purchasing your cruise before you get off the ship, and you usually get a discount and some extra add-ons with it. So that's what they're doing right now down there, and I think we've got some apps coming. Food here was
pretty good. And not that I want to say like that's surprising. It's not that it's surprising, but I think normally we just kind of expect things that are going to be complimentary to be very like quick and fast food like. So sometimes you think quality is not going to be that great, but it was pretty good here. And the nice thing is that because it's complimentary and it's included, is that if you want more of something, you can just let them know. Like we had the wings and the pretzel bites, and I really, really enjoyed the wings. I thought about ordering another thing of wings, but I had more food coming. But because it's complimentary, we very well may come back later on sometime this cruise and sit down and just have wings. Like get wings and a beer or wings and a drink. Yeah, we could sit at the bar. Which is really nice because this is a pretty big kind of restaurant space up here. But yeah, food quality was pretty good, which is really nice.
So we just finished eating, and where are we headed to?
So we are going to head up to Spinnaker Lounge, which is on deck 13, and see what this painting activity they have up there is.
You know, it just blows my mind that this is our 8th cruise. Taylor's been telling everybody, this is our 8th cruise. She still doesn't know how to read a cruise map.
I was looking at it on here. Okay? It's a little different.
It's not.
I was thinking that Spinnaker was at the back.
She
It's
read
actually
the
at
map.
the front.
She read the cruise map backwards. So she said we need to go to the aft. But really, we need to go forward.
It's not that complicated to get around if you go to the wrong place. So don't worry if you screw up like I did.
So now we're going through the buffet, and then we're going to go all the way back out to the front. Welcome back to the vlog. So, where were we at last? I think we left you guys after we ate lunch upstairs, and we're downstairs from where lunch was at earlier. And we actually went back to the room. We took like an hour and a half nap, which felt amazing. It's great. And then we got ready, and we came back downstairs, and we're hanging out in the Atrium, or the Crystal Atrium, as it is called here, on the Norwegian Pearl. So there's a bar right here. We showed Starbucks, I think, at some point earlier today, which is over here behind us. This is also where guest services is. You can buy some jewelry down here, shore excursions, next cruises down here. And we also found out today that this ship right now only has 600 people on it. So out of 2,400, which is the maximum capacity, 600 people are on this ship, which is crazy. So crazy. It has not felt busy at all. And you can imagine why. But yeah, we're hanging out down here, and it's a nice kind of place just to hang out and relax. They got some music playing, not like super loud or crazy, so we're getting some drinks. There it goes. All right, so we are on the hustle. We just got some nice shots of the sunset.
Oh, it was perfectly clear outside.
And we are now trying to make our way down here to the Lotus Garden to eat. And we got to be quick. We're going to try to do a dining review. But we got to be quick because then we also need to get back upstairs so that we can get the moon set.
Moonrise.
The Moonrise, I mean. Yeah, that's what I meant. Something sake cocktail. Smells amazing. It's very fragrant. Feels light. Hard for you to probably see right now on the camera, but we were outside. We're up on deck 13. We got an amazing sunset earlier. No clouds in the sky. It doesn't look like there's any clouds right now. We can see some stars, but it's otherwise super dark, and that's because the moon's not out yet. And what's also really cool right now is that the moon is at 98% full. So what we're hoping is that we're going to get an awesome moonrise over the horizon over here off the side of the ship. So hopefully that happens. Obviously it's like there's a lot of lights out here, so we'll see how much like this light pollution here on the ship affects it, but we're going to try and get some photos, grab a couple of videos maybe, and I don't know, I'm super excited. Guess I can't switch that around just yet, but we got the 70 to 200, so we're going to try and get some awesome photos. Okay, so we are up top on deck. This would
13 forward. No.
13?
13 forward.
No,
Oh,
This
we're
is
on 14 forward.
So we're on deck 14 forward, like Taylor said,
Yeah.
4 times. And which as you can see, the reason that we're here is because look at this. I can almost like hold it in my hand. That's how cool it is.
Thumbnail image right there.
Yeah. All right. But yeah, so we got an awesome sunrise, and I think or sunset.
Yeah.
And I think we talked about that already. The day is starting to blend together with everything we've been doing. But
Yeah, it's been a long day. We've done a lot of stuff.
But I saw, I just happened to be like looking. I looked at my watch because my watch is set up that it shows me phases of the moon and when the moon rises and when the moon sets. So the moon is actually going to set tomorrow at 8:30 in the morning. So you can't really get like a good shot of that because it's
the
daylight.
sun will already be up.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So when I noticed that the moonrise was going to be after sunset, I was like, oh my gosh, that would be awesome if we could get the sunset and the moonrise.
Yeah.
And so we were just at the
Lotus Garden?
and go watch that dining review if it hasn't already been posted or whatever, however you're watching these. And then we ran up here, and I mean, it's a cool experience.
Yeah. I felt like Josh was going to be rushing me through dinner because he's like, okay, listen, it was not even a full hour between sunset and moonrise. So I was like...
It was just over an hour.
Was it?
It was an hour and 10 minutes.
Okay.
And as we got closer
I guess by the time the moon did actually start coming
Yeah,
up.
I mean, as we started moving closer to the moonrise, because of the distance in which we're moving, it actually moved back a couple of minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
so we actually gained a few minutes to work with.
So initially it wasn't even going to be a full hour. So I was like, oh my gosh, so stressed trying to get these really nice sunset photos because it was a perfectly clear sky. There was a few little clouds here and there, but we saw the sun go down, like officially, which I love when that happens because it doesn't happen all the time. Like normally there's like some clouds in the way, so you don't get to see the full sunset. So it's always exciting. Makes me think of the time we were in California and watched the sunset over the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah.
That we had a perfectly clear night.
That was like the first time that we've gotten like a perfectly clear sunset.
Like not a cloud in the sky. Yeah, that was awesome. But this is so awesome tonight too. And I keep seeing it when I turn and look at Josh. I see the moon up there. It's shining down on the water now because it's up high enough, which is like even
Super
cooler. And then, yeah, I did not know I was going to enjoy this much. But
so somebody was giving me like a little bit of pushback in the beginning, but...
Well, because I didn't want to feel rushed at dinner.
And we weren't, though.
But we weren't. The food came out like super fast. They even told us like, sorry for the wait when they brought out the entrees. I'm like, it's been like 3 minutes since the appetizers came out. Like, what are you talking about? Sorry for the wait.
I think what was really, really funny, though, is that Taylor stayed here, where we're at right now, and I actually ran to the back of the ship because I was trying to get less light pollution coming into the lens. And I could get that back there because then there weren't any lights in front of me, and there weren't really any lights off to the side of me because I was in a corner. But I realized very quickly that the 35, which is what's on the camera right now, just wasn't going to cut it for what I really wanted. So
all of our lenses are prime lenses, so you can't like zoom in and stuff on them.
Except for the 70 to 200. So I had to run back frantically.
Yes.
And you should have seen the people in the restaurant were like looking at me crazy. We're standing above one of the bars right now, which is also a smoking area. So it's always very busy. And those people were just like, why is this guy running? And so I just smiled and I waved at them, and I think they thought I was even more weird.
They're like, who is this crazy man?
But ran back up so that you guys can see like this awesome video. And I'll even maybe like throw in some of the photos because I'm sure Taylor will probably have them edited by then. To see what it looks like. I mean, super, super cool. And I mean, like this camera, I know we're like really rambling on at this point, but it's a really cool thing.
Can't help it.
But this camera and its ability to shoot in low light, especially at night, it's breathtaking.
Yeah.
I mean, I can crank it
This is
up.
the Sony A7S III.
And I can crank it up to like 32,000 ISO, get very little fuzz or very little grain, get the stars in the sky, get the light up of the ocean, get the moon, and then even shooting it into a profile. I mean, it's crazy. So soapbox Sony equipment over, and we're actually gonna head back downstairs, down to one of the other bars, and we're gonna get some drinks because again, when you got the drink package, why not?
And we went to bed really early last night, so I'm excited to like actually go out and have a few drinks tonight.
I'm tired. I could go to sleep right now.
I know I could too, but we're not.